Dear brothers, I am Adama. Today we are going to talk about chapter 15 of book 2 of Telos. Celestia, my sister, brings us all the movement that exists in Telos to increase the vibration of the planet. My brothers, why is it so difficult for many to imagine living everything we talk about? For millennia and millennia and millennia, you lived pain, you lived suffering, you lived duality, and you still continue to live. So your souls, little, very little, remembered what they had already learned and lived. Everything became a big dispute, a big journey of elevation or attempts at elevation, to get to where you never knew. The concept was to be born, live for a while and die, nothing more than that. So why build so many things? Why try to experience so many good things if the negative world attracted them more? The light is perfect. Light brings balance. Light brings joy. The light brings everything you need. But you were taught that this was nothing and that you needed to seek your pleasures exactly on the opposite side, from vices, from ephemeral pleasures, from everything that lowered your energy. To this day, many ask themselves, if everything that is said really exists and will exist? If there isn't a collective madness in which some believe in this perfect world and start to behave completely adversely towards the rest of humanity? Will this work? Does this actually exist, and will it exist? Aren't we wasting time, once again, in believing that we can be better, that our lives can become better? It will be. It will be. It will be. Many ask. And even you who are already awake, when you encounter such profound obstacles, when you encounter practically insurmountable walls, you ask yourself, is everything I'm doing worth it? Is it worth believing in so many things that I don't see? Is it worth believing in so many things that I hear, but that I don't feel in my heart? My brothers, all of us in Telos had this moment of doubt, and we looked exactly in the wrong direction for a solution. When we, or other civilizations, or the beings of light, came here to bring a different perspective, a different path, we experienced it all. We lived in complete harmony, in balance, in light, and we let ourselves be involved in exactly these points that you are involved in today. And the result is there. And many still continue to ask themselves, but isn't there proof that Lemuria, Atlantis, and other intraterrestrial cities exist? What is the evidence? How can we be sure? There is only one answer, that is in the heart. Your minds will never give you the correct answer, because you have been used to believing in what you see, in what is palpable, in what you can feel, see, to believe. But when you let your heart speak, all that story that is told to you starts to make sense in some way. It's as if you were a big puzzle that today is full of holes, and the pieces that complete it don't appear. No matter how much you incarnate, disincarnate, incarnate again, those pieces never appear. But by a strange coincidence, when you allow yourself to listen to your heart, when you allow yourself to believe everything we say, when you allow yourself to believe and live what we say, these pieces begin to appear, and you begin to put together the puzzle. Head. And then some things start to make sense. And this is how you get involved. Allow yourselves to live more and more from the heart. We know and are aware that there will be moments when you will still look at that wall, initially insurmountable, and say, what was the point of me believing in so much? There's an obstacle here that I don't know how to solve. And I tell you, any obstacle can only be resolved with the heart. The more you make that obstacle a real, physical wall, the more it will grow. When you take that wall and transform it into a shapeless thing, and you little by little start to mold it in your hands, each time reducing it a little bit, acting with it as if you were children playing with clay in your hands. And you will find it enjoyable, squeezing that mass that is so large and so shapeless, but with each squeeze, it shrinks a little, and becomes increasingly softer for you to squeeze. Because you made a joke out of it, you took away the strength of that wall. It stopped being a wall, it became something that you manipulate, and that you, with your hands and your childlike joy, mold, squeeze, shrink, condensing that mass that was previously so cute and now it is becoming compact but smaller and smaller. And there will come a time when the joy in your heart in that game is so great that that dough will simply disappear from your hands. And you will look at that wall and not see it anymore, because you faced it with the real strength it has, which is none. And there will come a time when the joy in your heart in that game is so great that that dough will simply disappear from your hands. And you will look at that wall and not see it anymore, because you faced it with the real strength it has, which is none. And there will come a time when the joy in your heart in that game is so great that that dough will simply disappear from your hands. And you will look at that wall and not see it anymore, because you faced it with the real strength it has, which is none. The strength of any obstacle is placed by their minds. The obstacle is always a lesson, and it is often small and easy to resolve, but when you look at it with anger, with disbelief, it becomes that insurmountable wall, because you gave it the strength to grow, you gave it strength for it to become a wall. Each lesson on your path will never be greater than what you will be able to do with it. You all have the ability to resolve them. All. But everything has to come from the heart, it has to be that look of a child, of a sweet game of kneading dough. Look at your problems this way, and realize that more and more you will feel your hearts growing. More and more you will look at everything with different eyes. Things will no longer seem strange and you unable to resolve them. And always remember, you are connected to Gaia, to a global consciousness, and every point you resolve, you reach global consciousness too, because you are part of it. Each change of each person affects the whole. No one is imperceptible to the whole. The whole is the set of all human energies on this planet. If one changes, it reverberates and the change begins to happen in the whole. So my brothers, Celestia and I are always here. Our children are always here ready to help you see things as a game. Call on our children, they will bring you joy, naivety and that seeing of the whole through the eyes of a child, with eyes that nothing is very important, everything is easy to experience, to change. Believe my brothers, we are here to help you. The time has come for our union. Ask for our help. No matter how much you think nothing is happening, everyone who connects with us begins to be part of our journey too. If you still don't see or feel or know, it's because it's not the time yet, your mind is not yet fully ready for what we have to show you. But don't give up, keep going. The process is not as fast as you think, but it is happening. All you need to do is let us help you. Let our children bring joy and naivety, sweetness, to your hearts. But do not understand this naivety as something that you will become foolish of on your planet, it's that naivety of seeing everything from a child's perspective, of seeing each wall as a game, as something they can climb somehow and get to the other side, without fear, because that's how children are. So, let yourself live for this joy. Connect with them, and rest assured, your walk will be much more fun.